Hey everyone, this is Dawn and welcome back to my channel. So I am coming back on to share week 2 of Sybil B's #Christmas crafting. I was very excited to take part in this collaboration because I always want to do Christmas crafting throughout the year, and I really have not done that. We're already into July, half the year is almost gone, really is gone. So anyways, I had to kind of get myself a little bit into the Christmas mood. It is so hot here. So and I live in Florida, so anyways, had to kind of figure it out. I'm always good to I always kind of need some inspiration. I'll go peruse through my supplies or get on Pinterest and that kind of thing. So what I've used in my project this week, I used a little tiny tag punch. I've had this forever in Old Martha Stewart, and I know they make lots of little tiny tags and different dies and things. Some red twine that I'm sure I thrifted from somewhere. A little Merry Christmas stamp, some little Christmas holly stickers. I think I get these at Hobby Lobby. I hope they still carry them. I usually pick some up every year. I love them. And then this is a Hobby Lobby paper pad from the Paper Studio, Vintage Christmas. I don't know if they still carry this or not. I've had it for a while, I think, but I just started using it, and really lovely papers. We've seen the Santa before on different things, but it's just a lovely vintage feel, and I'm really enjoying this paper pad. I used it last week, and I'm using it again this week. Love these little Dickens houses. Looks like Charles Dickens, right? So cute. Love these little lights too. But it was such a fun and a very elegant pad as well, with some a little bit of whimsy too. And then the star of the show here, Elizabeth Craft Designs. This is a die set takeaway cup. I was lucky enough to go to the Scrapbook Expo in Orlando that was earlier this year. I think it was in April, if I'm not mistaken. But they had a big booth there. I really enjoy Elizabeth Craft Designs products, and I was standing there, you know, looking at all there was to see in the booth, and I'm standing there paying attention to the product, and then I hear a voice, and Els was actually there, so I got to visit her. So if you ever go on Elizabeth Craft Designs, you know, she's hosting a lot of these videos, so fun. And I'm using this larger coffee cup. It's the size of my hand, and I've been excited to use this. So I used the large coffee cup. I used this at the top of the cup, and then I used these two dies. There's the larger band and the like a little one that goes on top of the band. So I used those four dies, I guess, all totaled. And then let me show you my project. So I've created these 4 coffee cups. This one here, I added a sticker, and this one a sticker. I will say, I don't think I've ever came on and shared a project that I have not felt 100% about. To me, they're always finished. These ones here, not finished in my head. I'm not sure. It's kind of been there's been a whole lot going on, very busy, and so I don't know if I'm going to come back and change these up or not. I might think about it, or maybe they'll grow on me. I'm not sure, but I think these are so fun. So here's the twine with the little tiny tag that I stamped. Of course, I've edged everything up with some vintage photo. And then once I added this sage paper, the sage green color, very nice color, I layered it with some Hobby Lobby, that frayed velvet ribbon, such a pretty green color, and popped up this section just a little bit on some foam tape. And then I went back when I cut this section out and found a focal point on the paper, this little vintage Santa, and then I just added some of those holly. So this one and this one, I just left the holly since I went and found like a focal point on the paper. And then these two, I went back and added a sticker because I did have the holly on there, but they needed something else. So I went back and I found these 2 stickers. My Christmas stuff, I've got a bunch of my crafting stuff in a closet in the front. I used to have my craft area out on my porch, but it's not temperature controlled, and it's so hot here, and I had some roof work, and my roof is a little different. It's like a, you know, not temperature controlled sun porch, so it gets very warm out there, so I brought everything inside. So I've got things kind of here and there and everywhere, so I need to get everything organized. But anyways, I am not sure right now. I have not backed these. I can do them as cards or just tags where I could back them and do a to and from, or I could create them, turn them into cards where I can roll, do a folded piece of paper or fold a piece of paper and then run the die through where it doesn't cut through all the way to the top. That way you'll have a front and a back of the card, or I could run it through two separate pieces of this and maybe score it. And then make it like a fold like that. So I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do, but this is what I have created for this week. So thank you again, Sybil, so much for hosting this fun collaboration. If you haven't checked her out, please do. She's having some fun random drawings and giveaways, and she's just making this really, really fun. And of course, her crafting is just wonderful. So she's creating something wonderful each week as well. And I think if you search the hashtag Christmas crafting, you'll find other crafters on YouTube and Instagram participating, and Sybil B would be tagged as well. So it's great to find those other projects and see what other folks are doing. All right, guys, thanks so much for stopping by. Would love it if you give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing, and I will see you in the next one.